Excellences, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Professors Shimon Sakaguchi and Fred Ramsdell, I would like to thank the Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute and the Nobel Foundation. On October 6th, while I was desperately trying to sleep through the 1 a.m. scam calls from Sweden, and Fred, high in the backcountry of Wyoming, was blissfully unaware of the worldwide excitement that was brewing, Shimon had the good sense to live in a time zone with more working hours that overlapped those in Sweden. And he took that call in a timely fashion. We are deeply honored by this recognition of our discovery of the key driver of peripheral immune tolerance, which is required to maintain immune homeostasis. My own career has taken various twists and turns since the small biotech company where Fred and I worked together closed its doors in early 2004. In the intervening years, I have witnessed how, together with Shimon's foundational work in the field, our discovery of the FOXP3 gene and its essential role in driving the development of regulatory T cells set in motion astonishing advances in our understanding of how the immune system both protects against foreign invaders and does not recognize and attack our own organs and tissues. The past 20 years has seen remarkably innovative approaches to harnessing the power of the rare but mighty regulatory T cell. Today, numerous clinical trials based on Treg cell activity are in various stages of progress to treat many of our most common and burdensome conditions, and the future for effective treatments and potentially cures is now bright and hopeful. Our story is typical on the one hand as one whose success depended on and expanded upon basic research advances over many decades. When Peter Medawar accepted the Nobel Prize in 1960 for first describing immune tolerance, he said, "If we today see further than our predecessors, it is only because we stand on their shoulders." Our story is also somewhat atypical in that the contributions from Fred and me came out of a small biotech operation. Although we were unable to pursue Treg cell biology ourselves within that same environment, we were able to publish our results, which were taken up by the scientific community in a way that I find both gratifying and humbling. Of course, Shimon's work that is being recognized was both preceded and followed by many other invaluable studies in the field. I want to highlight the powerful synergies between research efforts in academic labs and in the private sector. Each realm has its own unique strengths, and the most significant advances in clinical applications come out of capitalizing and expanding upon those synergies. Shimon, Fred, and I gratefully acknowledge the many, many research team members, collaborators, mentors, and funders who have supported us throughout our careers. We also couldn't do what we do without the support of family and other colleagues. As a woman in science, I especially want to acknowledge those role models who gave me the courage and incentive to persevere. My hope is that I, in turn, can be that role model for my own daughters who are just now launching out into the world, as well as for other young women who are excited about science. Thank you.
Det är en stor ära att få presentera Nobelpristagaren i litteratur. Nagy megtiszteltetés számomra, hogy bemutathatom az irodalmi Nobel-díjast. Es ist mir eine große Ehre, den Nobelpreisträger für Literatur vorstellen zu dürfen. It is a great honor to introduce the Nobel Laureate in Literature, author Laszlo Krasznahorkai.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, the laureates, the Swedish Academy and the Nobel Foundation, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I thank all my publishers and translators. I thank the building of the Swedish Academy and the dear light falling into that room as the final decision was being made in the awarding of this year's Nobel Prize in Literature. And I give my thanks to Uncle Kerekes, sexton of the Romanian Orthodox Church and cobbler, who is no longer among the ranks of the living, as the precise time of his death had come. I give my thanks to my friend Joško Palnik, who told me on the second stair of the waterslide pool in 1960 how babies are made, and under the grievous weight of this revelation, I wanted to die. I give my thanks to Franz Kafka, whose novel, Der Schloss, I read when I was 12 years old, so that I would be accepted in the circle of my brother, 6 years older than me, and so my fate was sealed. I give my thanks to the first 31 girls with whom I fell fatally in love, but especially to Marta Klinkovic. To Ernest Szabó and Imre Simonyi, unknown poets of Gyula, my birthplace, whom I have always admired and who bore my admiration in a manner worthy of a man. To Péter Hajnóci, the most staggering among Hungarian short story writers, who succumbed in his struggle with his phantasms and thus is no longer among the ranks of the living. I give my thanks to the artists of classical Greece, to the Italian Renaissance, to Attila József, the Hungarian poet, who showed the magical power of words, to Fyodor Mikhailovich Dostoevsky, and to my older brother, who often put me on his shoulders and so carried me home from kindergarten, because of which I became infinitely grateful to him, as he showed me that there could be another way of looking at the world, not just that which is given. To William Faulkner, to the city of Kyoto, to Thomas Pynchon, beloved friend, to whom I owe deep gratitude, to Johann Sebastian Bach for the divine, to Patti Smith, for she is the eternal warning, never submit to anyone, to the voices of Agnes Balza, Nathalie Dessay, Jennifer Larmore, Montserrat Caballé, Teresa Berganza, and Emma Kirkby, to Béla Tarr, who created colors by making them disappear, because in his great films he tried to speak as the sinner who nevertheless, with all his sins, must still be loved. To Allen Ginsberg, the friend who is no longer among the ranks of the living because the time of his death had come. To the literati of Imperial China, to Max Sebald, the marvelous writer and friend who is no longer among the ranks of the living, as he gazed for too long at one single blade of grass in the meadow. To the last wolf in Estremadura, to nature that was given, to Prince Siddhartha, to the Hungarian language, to God.
Det är en stor ära att få presentera pristagaren av Sveriges riksbankspris i ekonomisk vetenskap till Alfred Nobels minne. כבוד גדול הוא להציג את חתן פרס Sveriges riksbank במדעי הכלכלה על שם אלפרד נובל. Het is een grote eer om de winnaar van de prijs van Sveriges riksbank voor economische wetenschappen ter nagedachtenis aan Alfred Nobel te introduceren. It is a great honor to introduce the laureate of the Sveriges Riksbank Prize in Economic Sciences in memory of Alfred Nobel, Professor Joel Mokyr.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellences, esteemed laureates, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of my co-winners and friends, Philippe Aguillon of the Collège de France and Peter Howitt of Brown University, I would like to thank the Nobel Foundation, the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences, and the Central Bank of Sweden for this great honor and this magnificent event. Instead of talking about the roads that the three of us have followed to get where we are standing now, I should like to mention briefly another great economist who died in 1950, long before the establishment of the Nobel Prize in Economic Sciences, or he would surely have made the voyage to Stockholm himself. The Austrian economist Joseph A. Schumpeter, to whom all three of us are indebted, was one of the first to propose the idea of what he called creative destruction, the process in which useful knowledge, the understanding of natural phenomena and regularities, allows entrepreneurs to create economic progress and help us enrich the world by bringing in the new and disposing of the old. Will that process continue? We believe it will. Humans are by nature creative and inquisitive, and they continue to uncover the secrets of nature, as the 9 winners in various sciences present here so gloriously personify. Given how rapidly science is evolving in our age of high-powered computers, AI, lasers, genetic engineering, and so much more, the best way to summarize our technological future is the American colloquialism, "You ain't seen nothing yet." But should it? Creative destruction has its destructive side. It can eliminate jobs, devalue human capital and capabilities, enrich the rich and impoverish the poor, and cause unprecedented environmental degradation. Many voices call for slowing it down, or so-called degrowth. They point to the victims of asbestos, leaded gasoline, and chemical plants. They point to climate change and the dangers of nuclear weapons. And they have a point. But we should keep in mind that today more than ever, humanity faces unprecedented existential threats. The challenges of global warming require coming up with innovations that cope with it and allow us to adapt. It needs to deal with a demographic transformation that has produced more and more octogenarians and fewer working women and men. Humanity may face more pandemics. The only solution is to adapt and invent ourselves around these problems. History exemplifies how in the past ingenuity has solved the great technical challenges of earlier times, from smallpox vaccination in the 18th century to nitrogen fixing in the early 20th century to cancer therapy in the 21st. It must continue to do so because any alternative will be disastrous. Thank you very much, and shalom.
Ja, enligt alla hälsorekommendationer så ska man ju bryta stillasittande och det är precis vad som händer nu. Nu blir det dans och mingel. Ska vi se här om det är hej eller hi. Is it? I saw you laughed a lot around this table. What have you been talking about?
So, well, it's my dad won the Nobel Prize in Physics, and he always loves to joke. So we were not surprised that
And your
he added
name
a
is?
few jokes in his speech.
Ah, great.
Yeah, 'cause
Your
he's a
name
very-
is?
He has a very thick, strong French accent. Yeah.
So, and what have you been asking each other around this table?
Well, if you want to say, but I think mostly just how prestigious and beautiful the whole ceremony is, and just that you could really feel the weight of history.
You did?
Yeah. Hundreds of years of tradition. Yeah.
What was the most surprising thing tonight?
Most surprising thing, the amount of people involved.
Yeah.
The amount of people involved. Just that the whole operation just is much bigger than I imagined.
Celebrate with your family.
Thank you.
Enjoy this evening and hit the dance
Thank you so
floor.
much.
And hi, what did you ask around the table tonight?
What do I do?
Yeah, what do you do? Let's
I'm a
start with that.
physicist.
Yeah, great.
I am a student from John Clark's lab, Professor Clark.
Have you been talking a lot about physics or other topics?
All of above. We have to talk about physics no matter what. Yeah, but we also enjoy the life. We talk about the wine and food, and how wonderful this party is. It's really once in lifetime. It's really honor to be able to be here. You know, to celebrating not just John Clark, it's also Michel Debré and also John Martinez. They both came from Clark Group, so.
Enjoy the rest of the evening
I
and
will.
celebrate science.
I will. Thank you.
The dance floor is upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm going up there.
Good.
Thank you.
Jag står här med Danny Suhal som vann forsknings-EM för unga som första svensk. Grattis!
Tack så jättemycket.
Ja, jag tänker ju utsätta dig nu för att näst efter den här prisutdelningen så är det ju Ig Nobelprisutdelningen som jag gillar allra mest.
Precis.
Du känner till den, eller hur?
Absolut.
Ja,
Absolut.
där man får pris för vetenskap som först får en att skratta och sen tänka. Då har ju de sådana föreläsningar, 24/7 föreläsningar, där man ska förklara sin forskning på 24 sekunder och sen med 7 ord som vem som helst kan förstå.
Precis.
Jag är ledsen Danny, men jag bad dig göra det här. Hur känns det?
Det känns läskigt.
Aha.
24 sekunder är inte mycket tid. 7 ord är ännu mindre.
Ja.
Men vi ska försöka. Vi ska göra ett försök.
Är du redo?
Så redo jag kan bli.
Varsågod.
All right. Så det jag gjorde var, jag undersökte någonting som kallas för skromioner, vilket är en typ av vad man kallar för icke-trivial magnetisk spinstruktur. Och det jag gjorde var att jag undersökte hur egenskaperna skilde sig mellan olika djupen i materialet, så från ytan till mitten av materialet. Och detta gjorde jag genom en teknik som kallas för muon spin spectroscopy eller relaxation, MUSR för short, där man använder myoner, en typ av exotisk partikel, och utnyttjar dess egenskaper för att utföra den här typen av forskning.
24 sekunder, det kändes som 24 sekunder.
Jag hoppas det var 24 sekunder.
Okej, Danny, nu med 7 ord som vem som helst kan förstå.
Får jag använda fusklapp?
Oh ja.
All right. Så jag skrev på min lilla namnlapp här. Djupet påverkar magnetiska virvlars dynamik och egenskaper. Det var kul.
Danny, jag är så stolt över dig. Tack så hemskt mycket.
Tack så jättemycket.
Ha en jättetrevlig kväll.
Detsamma. Ha det bäst.
Hej då.
Ja, den här marmortrappan som man ska ta sig upp, den är 42 trappsteg lång. Och det kan många tycka är jobbigt. Jag säger inte att du tycker det. Det här börjar bli en tradition, att vi möts i trappen här.
Ja.
Hur har kvällen varit?
Ja, men det har varit helt magiskt. I år har ju musiken bara fångat oss med maten i kombination. Ja, jag är så berörd.
Är du det?
Ja, världen var hård utanför, men nu har det varit så fint att få vara här.
Vad härligt.
Ja.
Det var faktiskt, jag håller med, det har varit en fantastisk kväll. Och vilken klänning du har.
Ja. Sara Paul har skapat den här och jag är så glad. Det är lite Askungen, jag måste springa hem innan klockan.
Du måste springa nu upp innan tolvslaget, eller hur? För då vet vi alla vad som händer med sådana prinsessor. Förvandlas de till vanliga människor. Nu ska vi se vad vi har här. I saw you were crying when your father held his speech.
You saw that. I tried to hide.
Well, you did not succeed in hiding that.
It was so touching for
Yes.
me. It was very emotional.
Very emotional.
Yes.
So how has the evening been?
I mean, it's incredible. We never expected an event like this. I mean, you know, you never know how you imagine something before. And this is absolutely different and more higher and higher level.
Yes,
absolutely,
it is.
Like a dream.
It is like a dream, and the evening is not yet over. You have to dance
I heard.
now, you know that.
We will. We go to dance.
Very good. Hit the floor. Now let's see what we have here. God kväll. Hur har kvällen varit?
Den har varit fantastisk.
Har det?
Ja, god mat. Jag rekommenderar det här stället.
Gör det? En krog man kan gå på helt?
Krog man kan gå på, definitivt.
Ja, precis. Det gäller att få en biljett bara.
Men det här var nästan 20:e gången jag var här, så att det är därför jag ser ut som jag gör.
Kan det vara därför?
det är därför.
Du, hur står det sig nu då, de här festerna? Blir de bättre och bättre, eller hur är det?
Ja, de är jättebra på olika sätt faktiskt. Det har varit jättebra alla gånger, det måste jag säga.
Ja. Blir det dans nu, eller vad blir det?
Ja, det blir dans. Jag väntar på att min hustru ska komma. Ja, titta, hon är lite efter mig där. Så
hon är lite efter?
Efter hon har varit tvättat händerna.
Då kanske du hinner ta en dans med någon annan först?
Vi får se.
Man
det är
vet
någon som säger ja.
Ja, exakt. Det gäller att hitta någon som tackar ja. Oj, vilken snygg klänning du har. Vad är detta för någonting?
Nej, men tack så mycket. Det är från en butik i Manchester som jag hittat. Maja Deluxe heter märket.
Jösses Amalia, det var jättefint.
Men tack!
Hur skulle du beskriva den här kvällen? Hur har den varit?
Magisk. Helt magisk. Från början till slut. Maten var fantastisk och underhållningen tog en med storm.
Om du skulle dela ut ett Nobelpris i gastronomi, vilken rätt skulle bli den som fick högsta pris då?
Ja, men förrätten, det var något speciellt. Den var så god.
Svampsoppa?
Ja, jag är en enkel tjej.
Och vad händer nu då? Ska du gå upp och dansa eller?
Ja, nu blir det väl lite dans.
Ja. Styrdans eller diskodans?
Styrdans är inte så bra på, så förhoppningsvis lite mer disco. Men vem vet vad kvällen tar den.
Vet du vad? Tack. Det kommer säkert gå bra. Nu ska vi se, och här... Hello, is it English or is it Swedish?
Svenska går bra.
Svenska, just. Jag tänkte här är någon väldigt internationell. Du har också en klänning som är... Var kommer den ifrån?
Från Sydkorea.
Den är från Sydkorea, väldigt. Hur har kvällen varit?
Ja, det har varit jättetrevligt och god mat och trevliga bordsgrannar. Och så det har varit
vad har ni pratat om?
Vi har pratat om akademin.
Jaså, och vad kom ni fram till då? Vad pratade ni om?
Ja, det händer mycket på många olika plan och sätt. Ja, jag vet.
Vet du vad? Det känns som att var vid ditt bord man skulle ha suttit, som en liten fluga på väggen åtminstone. Ja. Har du så roligt nu ikväll?
Ja.
Ja, här har vi medicinpristagaren Mary Brunkov med sina 2 döttrar Devon and Lauren. What a family reunion this must be, celebrating a Nobel Prize.
It's incredible. It's so cool being able to be here, and we're so proud. It's awesome.
How was it to see your mother receive the Nobel Prize today?
Well, I received the news a little bit late, but when I heard the news, I cried, and then this has just been like, it really set in, you know. Of course, I still cried, but it's just like, it's all set in now, and we're just so proud, truly.
How was it having your family present today?
Well, I don't think I could have done it without them. It was, I didn't always know where they were throughout the day, but I knew they were somewhere, and just that support. I know they're, sending me good thought waves, and I loved having them here.
I know that you two, you have pretty unusual middle names. It's Carbon and Cobalt, right?
Yes.
Dr. Mary Brunkov.
Yeah, that would be their dad.
Come again?
That would be their dad.
Okay.
Coming up with those names.
He's totally
great.
Responsible for that, or?
Yeah.
Pretty much. She did the first names, and then my dad got free reign for the middle names. Yeah.
But they are pretty cool. Cool names, I must say.
I love my middle name.
Yeah, absolutely. So, and are you going to stay here the whole night, going to the after party as well, or?
I think so, at least for some of it. Yeah.
Sure.
We're going to try our best. Yep.
You go ahead, and please, just go on, hit the dance floor, and enjoy this evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You.
Thank you.
Ja, ni ser ju här, stämningen är väldigt hög och det håller på att dansas här inne i Gyllene-salen. Men vi har dragit in oss i det här lite lugnare rummet i 3 Kronor. Därför att här har Martina Bonnier samlat ihop 3 stycken otroligt tjusiga damer för att det är de här klänningarna som du vill prata mest om ikväll.
Absolut, och här står jag med 3 balens drottningar.
Ja, det måste jag säga.
Och jag har valt de här just för att de har tagit i att det finns en silhuett med mycket kjol, med mycket vidd. Och alla har en egen liten berättelse här. Så jag tänkte, ska vi börja med Elin?
Ja, men vi gör det.
Ja.
Elin Klinga, berätta, vad är det för någonting? Vad har du valt för en klänning och varför?
Kort om tid. Letat i garderoben, hittade en kombination av olika saker. Jag hade tänkt att ta en gardin och sätta ett skärp på och liksom bara en snodd och göra en stor blomma av.
Ja, låter snyggt.
Ja, så att jag tycker att man kan leta upp väldigt mycket saker i garderoben. Så att det är en blandning av en underkjol under med mycket vidd. Ja. Och sen är det en kjol över och sen hittade jag ett skärp. Ett par skor som är 15 år gamla som jag är väldigt
Förlåt, jag
förtjust i.
menar inte att skratta, du är fantastisk.
Vad roligt.
Martina, varför tycker du att det här var värt att ta?
Den här medaljen också, den sitter så fint. Nej, men jag tycker den här uppfinningsrikedomen och just att du faktiskt har en klänning och sen en kjol över hela klänningen. Fantastiskt för att få vidden.
Alice, nej men förlåt, jag slår dig. Det var inte meningen. Alice Evertsson, du har ju också valt någonting stort.
Ja, och det här tyckte jag var så roligt. Du berättar lite grann för att du har hittat den här på nätet och sen sytt om den. Och du har varit konståkerska någon gång och det kan man se här på dekorationen. Berätta lite.
Jo, så jag hittade faktiskt den här på nätet för några år sedan. Jag hade inget användningsområde eller inget inplanerat, men tyckte att den var väldigt fin. Och sen när inbjudan hit kom så kändes det helt givet att köra på den här klänningen. Och eftersom, som du sa, jag har konståkning, så var det givet också att sätta på en hel del Swarovski-kristaller. Så därav att den ser ut så här.
Så du menar att du har haft Nobelklänningen i garderoben hela denna tid?
Hon visste att det skulle komma och så blev det så här otroligt vackert. En riktig 50-tals-look.
Men nu har vi en riktigt pampig sak här i rött och cerise.
Rött och cerise. Ja, berätta Cecilia. Jag älskar den här färgkombinationen och rosorna.
Det kanske märks att jag gillar färg. Och när jag växte upp så fick jag höra att vissa färger kunde man inte kombinera.
Nej,
och en sån var cerise och rött. Och jag tyckte det var fånigt. Så att när min konstruktör av klänningen, designer Charlotta Axenström, hittade den här tyget, då sa jag, det kör vi. Och sen har vi formgivit den här och provat oss fram. Och en fråga är naturligtvis, hur många rosor är tillräckligt många rosor?
Ja.
Och det tog sin lilla tid. Och för att vara på den säkra sidan så satte vi några rosor också på baksidan av klänningen. Och i håret. Det kan aldrig bli för många rosor.
Nej. Landshövding i Stockholm ska vi också säga att du är.
Handväskan, den är ju fantastisk till.
Otroligt. Vad kan man säga om den här siluetten nu då? Är det här någonting som är på väg tillbaka? Den här riktiga Hollywood eller lite glammiga klänningen?
Ja, absolut. Jag älskar det här. Man ska ta i och det är stora med ordentlig vidd och så man får känna sig som just balens drottning.
Martina Bonnier, supertack! Jättefina klänningar som du har plockat. Tack för ditt jobb ikväll.
Tack själv.
Så ser det ut. Det här är alltså 3 av de snyggaste klänningarna för kvällen.
Ja, och jag står här med ekonomipristagaren Joel Mokir och hans stora syster Ada. So, congratulations on the award, Professor Mokir.
So much.
You were here 10 years ago, right, at the banquet?
I was here 10 years ago.
Was this better?
Yes, it pays better too.
I think so too. So you saw him receive the award today. Were you very proud?
Of course, yes, I was. I got a note even when we were in Israel still, and we decided to come here to be here at the celebration.
That is fantastic. I talked to you earlier, you said you didn't want to dance, but you are going to the Nobel nightcap, right?
I will go into the Nobel nightcap, and I'm not sure I will dance, but I will certainly watch other people dance.
Well, have a lovely evening and thank you so much. And once again, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
I know she stays with me until the end. Everybody ask me how I know. I smile at them and say she told me so. That's why I know. Yes, I know. Hallelujah, I just love her so. And when I call him on a telephone, tell him that I'm all alone. About the time I come from 1 to 4.
alltså jag har ju hittat ekonomipristagaren Peter Howitt som har med sig en hel bukett av Howitts. Har ni sett? Alltså, what a family reunion this must be.
I know, it's pretty amazing. Being here with our whole family is a pretty awesome experience, so yeah.
So tell me, how would you summarize this day?
This day's been pretty awesome. Getting to celebrate our Papa here. We've always known he's the smartest guy in the world, so we're not surprised, but yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Ruth, let me ask you, what's your favorite food in general?
I really like lasagna.
Lasagna. Oh, I had that actually for dinner today because I ate before this banquet. I wasn't on the banquet really. So what did you think of dinner today then?
It was really, really good.
A pretty long dinner.
Yeah, I really liked the potatoes.
Great. Okay, what will you tell your friends when you come back?
I'm gonna tell them this was like really amazing and inspiring, and I was really happy to be here.
I'm very glad to have met you. Have you stocked up with chocolate medals yet?
Yes.
You have? Very good. So everyone's stocked up with chocolate medals, right? Yeah, you. Very good. You stocked up with chocolate medals?
In the bags over there we have. Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Ooh, I was a bit worried for just a second. So, very good. Enjoy the evening and my warmest congratulations.
Ja, snart stängs ju kamerorna av, men festen fortsätter. Jag tror att det är nu den barnförbjudna delen.
Är det därför ni ligger här?
Ja, det kan faktiskt vara så. Men nu har vi liksom klämt i oss kunskap inför den här kvällen och under den här kvällen. Är det någonting ni har kvar som ni undrar?
Ja, hur jag kommer ur den här klänningen till exempel. Det här, jag är ju som en enda stor rosa moff.
Ja.
Det är liksom inte bara koldioxid som fastnar i den, utan även jag.
Och vet ni vad jag är? Det kanske ni inte har förstått. Jag är fredspriset, jag är en fredsduva. Så är det faktiskt.
Såklart.
Ja, eller hur?
Jag är bläck, vill jag bara säga.
Vad sa du?
Jag är bläck.
Ja, men det förstår jag ju också. Jag tänker lite grann på Sara Danius, hennes klänning, hennes sidenkatedral som hon hade svårt att komma ur när kvällen var över för att hon var ensam hemma och inte fick av sig klänningen.
Då är det jag.
Nej.
Än så är kläderna på.
Ja.
Dansskorna
Ja.
är på.
Ja.
Kanske blir det dans. Eller så kanske vi ska satsa på lite kvällsmat, nattmat.
Kött.
Ja.
Kött. Ja. Det kan
vara ingen dum idé med lite mat faktiskt.
Men kvällen fortsätter för väldigt många av dem som är här. Det blir dans och det blir alla möjliga saker på kvällskvisten.
Men det har varit roligt att ni har varit med oss ikväll. De kommer fortsätta kul och vi tackar så jättemycket för att ni kom, eller hur?
Det gör vi. Tack för ikväll.
Stort tack.
God natt.
God natt.
Hej då.
Scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy clothes on my Cupid. 'Cause there's never trace of red on the sidewalk one Sunday morning. Like somebody who's in line, someone sneaking around that corner. I could that someone could have been acting nice. Yeah, that's a tugboat down by the river, where cement bags moving on by. That's a empty stage, that's far away, babe. Could it be all back in town? Did you ever die? Oh, he disappeared now. After drawing out all this heart of cash, and now my key speaks like a sailor. Could it be all?
Det är en stor ära att få presentera Nobelpristagaren i fysik. C'est un grand honneur de vous présenter le lauréat du prix Nobel de physique. It is a great honor to introduce the Nobel Laureate in Physics, Professor Michel Devoret.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Professor John Clark, Professor John Martinis, and myself, we wish to thank the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences and the Nobel Foundation for the extraordinary honor of this prize. It is a mystery to me why my co-laureates, both native English speakers, have elected me to give this speech, considering my thick French accent. Let's say that this is an homage to the century-old French diplomatic tradition. Our experimental work stemmed from a question asked by Professor Anthony Leggett: do microscopic variables, like for instance the current in an electrical circuit, obey quantum mechanics? Not every physicist in the 1980s agreed this question deserved years of complex experiments, but as Tony said, receiving himself the Nobel Prize 22 years ago for his work on the superfluidity of helium-3, quote, "If there is something in the conventional wisdom that you don't understand, worry away at it for as long as it takes. And don't be deterred by the assurances of your fellow physicists that these questions are well understood." End of quote. In 2025, the 100th anniversary year of quantum mechanics, it is fair to say that some of the questions Tony was addressing to the foundations of quantum mechanics 40 years ago are still open. However, he clearly led the way to our experiment, which provided strong evidence that the macroscopic current in a tunnel-Josephson junction indeed obeys quantum mechanics. This would prove to have practical consequences. We realized the first artificial atoms to which macroscopic wires could be attached to make fast measurements and perform quantum operations. Thus, in addition to Tony Leggett, we owe our prestigious award to the many scientists in many labs all over the world who have taken these atoms and developed an entire field of research, not only in academia, but also in industry. Thank you.
Det är en stor ära att få presentera Nobelpristagaren i kemi. يشرفني أن أقدم لكم الحائز على جائزة نوبل في الكيمياء. It is a great honor to introduce the Nobel Laureate in Chemistry, Professor Omar Yahi.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen. First, thank you for that beautiful pronunciation of Arabic. Thank you very much. On behalf of my co-laureates, Susumu Kirigawa, Richard Robson, and myself, I thank the Royal Swedish Academy of Sciences and the Nobel Foundation for this extraordinary honor. Tonight, we celebrate not only achievement, but possibility, the power of a human curiosity to reshape the world. Our development of metal organic frameworks, or MOFs, began with a simple but bold idea that we could design materials with atomic precision, forming strong, purposeful bonds that unlock remarkable functions. From this idea came new possibilities. the power of pulling water up from desert air, capturing carbon dioxide directly from the sky. These are only early chapters. With countless structures and applications, MOFs are rapidly moving from promise to practical tools that are changing countless lives. My journey began far from any laboratory. I grew up in Amman, Jordan, in a refugee family of 10 children, in a home with no running water and no electricity, sharing our space with livestock, our family's livelihood. Hardship was everywhere. My chances for success were slim, except for the surprising ways nature reveals itself and helps us overcome. My turning point came at the age of 10 when I discovered drawings of molecules in my school library. Their beauty and mystery captivated me. And when I learned that they are the building blocks of everything living and non-living, they ignited my passion for chemistry, and I was hooked forever. It became my escape, my direction, and my life. Another childhood experience shaped me just as deeply. In the desert, water arrived from the government once every week or two. I remember the whisper through our neighborhood, "The water is coming," and the urgency as I rushed to fill every container I can find before the flow stopped. Many years later, while studying how MOFs take and release water, I recognized something revolutionary in what seemed like an ordinary behavior. I saw how this MOF can pull water from desert air and turn it into clean drinking water. It echoed the rhythm of my childhood, yet now offered a solution to the very hardship we had once endured. I often wonder whether I would have recognized that pattern of data had I not lived it first. But MOF's deeper lesson lies in their metaphor. A MOF's strength comes from the bonds between its molecules, just as our future depends on the bonds we build across nations and generations. MOF science is now practiced in more than 100 countries, inspiring young people everywhere, especially in the developing world. And here lies our greatest hope, a science capable of reimagining matter and a generation eager to move it forward. I urge our leaders to act. Scientists are not asking for privilege, but for possibility. Support their curiosity, remove barriers, protect academic freedom, welcome global talent. And on climate, the hour for collective action has already arrived. The science is here. What we need now is courage. Courage scaled to the enormity of the task. So we may gift the next generation not only carbon capture, but a planet worthy of their hopes. I imagine a future where practicing chemistry doesn't require being a chemist, where discovery is accessible to all. Advances in AI may make this possible, a future where chemistry becomes not only a science of progress, but a science of hope. A future where no child faces the limitations I once knew, but grows into a world more stable, more abundant, and more just. Thank you.
Det är en stor ära att få presentera Nobelpristagaren i fysiologi eller medicin. It is a great honor to introduce the Nobel Laureate in Physiology or Medicine, Dr. Mary Brankow.
Your Majesties, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, dear laureates, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Professors Shimon Sakaguchi and Fred Ramsdell, I would like to thank the Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institute and the Nobel Foundation. On October 6th, while I was desperately trying to sleep through the 1 a.m. scam calls from Sweden, and Fred, high in the backcountry of Wyoming, was blissfully unaware of the worldwide excitement that was brewing, Shimon had the good sense to live in a time zone with more working hours that overlapped those in Sweden. And he took that call in a timely fashion. We are deeply honored by this recognition of our discovery of the key driver of peripheral immune tolerance, which is required to maintain immune homeostasis. My own career has taken various twists and turns since the small biotech company where Fred and I worked together closed its doors in early 2004. In the intervening years, I have witnessed how, together with Shimon's foundational work in the field, our discovery of the FOXP3 gene and its essential role in driving the development of regulatory T cells set in motion astonishing advances in our understanding of how the immune system both protects against foreign invaders and does not recognize and attack our own organs and tissues. The past 20 years has seen remarkably innovative approaches to harnessing the power of the rare but mighty regulatory T cell. Today, numerous clinical trials based on Treg cell activity are in various stages of progress to treat many of our most common and burdensome conditions, and the future for effective treatments and potentially cures is now bright and hopeful. Our story is typical on the one hand as one whose success depended on and expanded upon basic research advances over many decades. When Peter Medawar accepted the Nobel Prize in 1960 for first describing immune tolerance, he said, "If we today see further than our predecessors, it is only because we stand on their shoulders." Our story is also somewhat atypical in that the contributions from Fred and me came out of a small biotech operation. Although we were unable to pursue Treg cell biology ourselves within that same environment, we were able to publish our results, which were taken up by the scientific community in a way that I find both gratifying and humbling. Of course, Shimon's work that is being recognized was both preceded and followed by many other invaluable studies in the field. I want to highlight the powerful synergies between research efforts in academic labs and in the private sector. Each realm has its own unique strengths, and the most significant advances in clinical applications come out of capitalizing and expanding upon those synergies. Shimon, Fred, and I gratefully acknowledge the many, many research team members, collaborators, mentors, and funders who have supported us throughout our careers. We also couldn't do what we do without the supportive family and other colleagues. As a woman in science, I especially want to acknowledge those role models who gave me the courage and incentive to persevere. My hope is that I, in turn, can be that role model for my own daughters who are just now launching out into the world, as well as for other young women who are excited about science. Thank you.